Hi everybody, it's Julie at Quilts Plus in Kalamazoo, Michigan. You guys, it's February 2021 and it's time to get started on your second block, your $5 block that includes your fabric and your pattern. So grab out those fabrics. One thing I want to remind you is that we use our 1/4 inch seam allowance, and also make sure that needle, that you have a nice fresh needle in there, a 70-10 needle. If you don't have one, we have those in the store. You can always call us if any of these shortcut tools that you need along the way are not in your sewing room. Our phone number is 269-383-1790. Well, we are excited about the new year. We're thankful for each and every one of you, and I just wanted to say that right off the bat. We've missed you. We're glad things are going to be up and running here soon, and we are open for business 10 to 5, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 10 to 3. Just so you guys know, we'd love to see your smiling face. And if you have any questions, you can call us, or you can also be a part of our Facebook group online. It's the Sampler Block of the Month Club for 2021. There should be a link below that you can just click and you can join us. So we'd love to have you with us. And of course, you're welcome to just stop in the store and we can answer questions that you may have along the way. So this is the February 2021 block called Constellation. And you've either picked the Jason Yenter Garden of Dreams, which I have some of the fabrics behind me there, or you've picked the Batiks Blue Green, or maybe you've picked both. They are absolutely beautiful. The way these blocks are turning out are beyond what I had asked or imagined. So just know that it's so special to have beautiful blocks to be able to work on, and they go together so nicely. Well, let's get started. What you're going to do first is grab out those fabrics of yours, just like you did before with your January block. You're going to be cutting the selvages off, and you're going to get that prepared and ready to go. We are going to be cutting the selvages off, and then you're going to notice also for this block you have 4 different fabrics. You have your fabric A is going to be your darkest fabric. And it's also the least that you're going to use, amount that you're going to use. So if you notice that you don't have a lot there, it's because you don't need a lot for this piece of it. It's more of an accent at the tip of your star. And then for your fabric B, that will be your lightest fabric. And that fabric, you're going to be cutting those blocks as well, and then your fabric C is your medium light fabric, and your fabric D is your medium dark fabric. Now all of these blocks, or all of these fabrics, will be cut 3 3/8 inches, just different amounts. And then once they're cut at 3 3/8 inches, then you will be cutting those on a diagonal, or cross-cutting is what I call it. Amber calls it cutting on the diagonal. So either way, you guys know what that is. There's photos available so you can see that as well in action. So there's no questions there. Then once you've cut those apart, then you are going to, for this constellation, I'm encouraging you to lay that block out so you can see how that looks. Because there's a lot of different colors, it just keeps everything in order. And I'm kind of an order girl. I like things to be in order. I know, we get a little crazy here, but sometimes we have to have the order. So when you lay that out, just keep in mind that the way that this is going to go together is you're going to sew your rows together. And the first thing you'll do, like I said, is you're going to be laying that out. And then you're going to take those half square triangles and you'll sew those together each until they're a square. Then once that happens, you're going to iron those seams open. Again, do this row by row. It will come together a lot nicer for you. Then from there, you're going to trim that block, trim those little ears off, and it's going to measure 3 inches. Okay, you're going to do that for each row. All right, and you can actually chain sew this as you go, but I would do it by row to keep everything in order, as I said before. I'm just looking here really quick. So another thing that I want to help you along the way is a shortcut tool. You guys have those. If you don't, I would grab one. Number 1 is your 6-inch itty bitty 8s ruler. That will help you with your cutting. There's a lot of 3/8" cuts. And you're going to want to be able to just quickly get those together and cut those. If you already have it marked on another ruler, that's fine. And then also you're going to need your shortcut tool, which is your cutting gizmo. And that makes it really nice when you're chain sewing to just snip apart each of your blocks rather quickly. And it also saves on your hands, which we talked about before. And then also your strip stick. When you are ironing open your seams, it elevates your seams and you don't burn your hand. I've had some ladies say, well, this actually helps. I'm not burning my fingers. I said, well, yes. So, you know, there's these things that we don't even think about when we're telling you about shortcut tools. But you know, when we get feedback from you, it's so helpful because then we can pass it on to others as well. And you know what? We're a team here and we all want to work together and help you. It's not just you're on your own and have to try and figure this out yourself. We're here to help, okay? So now that we're in this process of you've put together your squares, you've trimmed them up to 3 inches for that first row, then you're going to sew that row together. You'll take each of those squares, you're going to take each of those squares and lay those together and then sew those. So you'll have that first row done, then you'll do the second row, third and fourth row. Again, taking your time because you need to make sure that you do look at your pattern as you go. That will be a big help for you. And then finally, once those rows are together, you need to sew those rows together to each other. I like to just share with you a little tip that I have. As you sew those together, once you place one row on top of the other, the first thing you want to do is pin your seams together that match up. Make sure your seams match up, and then cross pin that. There's 4 of them, and then you can pin at either end. And then I sew those together. Again, ironing is your friend, ironing those seams open. And you guys are in really good shape. This is a fun block to do. It's a little more difficult than the first one in January, but still it's very, very doable. If you have any questions, if you have a wrong cut, if you have anything that you need, we're here. Your block is going to measure 10.5 inches. And then when you do end up putting your block together completely, it will be a 10-inch square finished. But right now, it's 10.5 inches, which is exactly where it should be. If you have questions, again, give me a call, 269-383-1790. Me, Amber, Marie, Linda, Kathy, any of us can help you. We love hearing from you. Have a great month and take care.